This is Parker, also known as Fields Focus everywhere else, and he is a professional sports bettor. Parker's so good at sports betting that he made it his full time job and career writing about and sharing his knowledge and picks.
Parker or at Fields Focus on all social medias. I'm a sports betting content creator. I have over 30,000 followers across all platforms. I've been doing this for a couple years. Been doing it for about a year full time now. So, yeah, I'd say I have pretty good credentials when it comes to sports betting. My Dub Club, which is like my premium plays that people pay for monthly and stuff, we're up over 60 units in the last 4 months on my exclusive Dub Club plays. So $100 better would be up over 6,000. So we've been extremely profitable there. And yeah, I'd say I'm a pretty good sports better.
And with the CS major going on, I wondered if he could transfer his skills from sports betting into the world of CS. In a game he had barely seen, let alone watched professional play of, could he look at raw stats of players with little to no context and put together a parlay? But first, I have to explain the game to him. What sports specifically do you specialize in? What are you best at? Do you do everything?
I would say I'm definitely best in basketball, the NBA, followed by NFL and MLB. But I'm pretty good at all three of those.
Walk us through the basic overview of the process. You're looking for the next your next picks, your next parlay. What does the general process look like finding these specific picks?
So first off, I'll go to this website called covers.com. On that website, I'll find the odds. So pretty much it tells you the odds of every single sports book. So that plays exactly I'm looking at. And like let's say I'll give you an example for the NBA finals. I'll pick one player prop from each team and take a look at that. So I'll have probably two or three picks for each team that I'm deciding between. And to figure out which prop I'm gonna go with and which prop I'm gonna post, first thing I'll look at the player's stats. Against this current team, the team they're playing. So I'll look at their stats versus that team. Then I'll take a look. So say I'm talking about Shea Gilgis Alexander's points. I'll take a look at uh, the team he's playing, so the Pacers right now. I'll take a look at what they do versus the point guard position, so how they defend the point guard position, and if they're good versus defending the point guard position or if they're absolutely horrible. So I'll look at the stats versus the position, I'll look at the odds, I'll look at their stats versus the team, and then also I have a little spreadsheet pulled up that'll tell me like out of this many matchups on 3 days rest, out of this many matchups on 2 days rest, back to back, stuff like that to tell you how they play, on a certain amount of days rest and stuff like that. And a couple more things, but combine all those things together, and that's how I get my plays.
So, how much does your process differ between looking at regular season games and then playoffs, finals? Does it differ at all?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit harder to predict in the playoffs just because there's a lot of blowouts in the playoffs. There's a lot of games where one team just wins by 40, like last night, for example, in the finals. Like, there's a lot of that stuff. So there's a lot more variance. And then also, there's just less to pick from. So I do think it's definitely harder to predict during the postseason.
So, next steps. We have the credentials, we have your general overview. I'm going to walk you through a little presentation I definitely made myself without the help of any AI. And
Mm,
I'm going to explain to you roughly uh, how Pro CS works and how the game itself works. So when we start looking at stats, you kind of know what you're looking at roughly.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
What is the first thing you want to see? Do you want to see how the
I
teams
want to
are
see their
doing?
reset. I want to see their reset matches, what they've done in other tournaments.
This team is the one that ended their 30 game win streak.
Okay.
Uh, since then they've only won, but Dallas they won it all. Blast Rivals they won it all. Melbourne they won it all. It just goes back. The most recent time, if you want to see the team they're playing now, they played on the 25th against Mouse in the finals of the last tournament. They won 3-0. So should we click into this because it's like the same team?
Yes. Let me see this matchup. Okay, can you go map 2?
So this one's Mouse's pick.
Okay. First play that I really like, just based off this stuff, I like Zawu for 35.5 kills.
Okay, 35.5, and you take the over on it?
Yeah, he went for 46 in the first 2 maps of last match. So I like that. All right, I like the under on Xertion tomorrow at 28.5.
Okay.
He only had 24 combined in the last maps 1 and 2. Also, his KD is absolutely dog shit in these. He's negative in both. He's negative, what is he? Negative 12 combined, so -6 on average per map.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
What's the distance between when teams played each other that it no longer influences what you do, what you think? How
Like,
long does it have to
if
be?
somebody, okay. So James Harden's a perfect example. You don't know a ton about the NBA, but you know how James Harden used to average like 30 plus points per game?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to be good.
Now,
Really good, yeah.
yeah, he's still really good, but he's more of like a point guard facilitator now. He averages like 20 points, okay? So when you take a look at his last games versus a team, and his line's like 21.5, most of the time he's over in like 35 of his last 37 times versus the team. Because he used to, as of like 2 years ago, score a shit ton. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And now he still scores a lot, but he doesn't average 35 points a game. He averages like 21, 22.
Okay.
So then when it's like that, it doesn't matter. Once their role has changed, it doesn't matter. But if it's still the same role and they're still getting the same... I'm a big volume person when it comes to like overs. So if somebody's getting a ton of volume, then I usually like the over. Because I can live with the fact if somebody just misses shots. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What bothers me is if I lose and it's because they didn't even get the shot attempts. Okay, I like Rops
Rops?
headshots at 17, the over. He combined for
17?
22. His percentage was also very high. Kill to headshot percentage.
Okay, so you're not just looking at how many headshots, also how many of his skills are headshots. So
Yeah.
it's again a volume thing, but it's volume like. So I guess this would be like like field goal percentage if you have to compare.
Yeah, 100%.
So the kills are the volume, and then the
It's
percentage
like
would be
somebody
the
like
headshots.
Zaiwu had more headshots that map, but look, he had 25 kills. So like his percentage of headshots is not very high. It's like what, 38? Is that 40%? I think. Yeah, it's 40%.
Are you looking at, oh, this guy did really good this game. I think he can keep a hot streak going. This guy did doo-doo. He's going to keep being bad.
Yeah, 100%. Like if it's over a long period of time, yes. But after like one game, no. No,
Okay.
not at all. All right, I like Jim Fat. I like his under at 27.5 kills.
All right.
He went over. He had 29. But if you look at his KD, it's not great. He was -4. Let me see map 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like Jim Fat's under. I think it was kind of a fluke map 1 for him.
Okay.
I like his under.
So recapping the initial picks, Exertion, you said under.
Yes.
Jim Fat, under.
Yes.
Zaiwu, over.
Yes.
Rops, headshots, over.
Yes.
We got the top 2 teams in the world going blow for blow. On any other day, we'd call this a grand final. This is a long-running rivalry. A perfect season on the line at full vitality. Glory right there for the taking. Austin, this is the match you came to see. Start, that felt like it was going to be a bit of a breakthrough moment, but that's not what's happening right now for Mouse. Chance at their dream, it's ended up being a nightmare. Vitality picked them apart on this B play, and it's another clean. Vitality still have a trump card left to play. Rops stacking the deck more and more in Vitality's favor. 4 versus 3, their eyes set on this punishing A play. Can exertion be the guy to stop it? No. Robson Zaiwu will wash over them. Deal with. The longer he stays alive, the more of a nuisance he becomes. And Jimmy still has more output left in him. Zaiwu has to be the solution. 1v3. And there's the contact. Toshi's off. In spite of these few rounds down the stretch, there's not been love for Mouse here on Train. They say that hope dies last, but hope still dies.